Hi guys, in this video we are going to be making simple, crunchy, yummy samosas. These samosas are so nice, the kind you eat that makes you crave for more. It doesn't soak up oil at all and it's so crunchy on the outside and so nice. So let's get started. In a bowl, add in 2 cups of flour, half a teaspoon of salt and mix them all together. After mixing, you're going to go in with the water. Add the water in bits so the dough doesn't get too runny. I'm adding in some more water and then mix. You're going to add the water in bits till it just comes together. You're going to knead the dough a little more till it all comes together into this nice ball shape. We are going to cover and let the dough rest for about 15 to 20 minutes. After that, we bring out the dough. The dough should feel softer to touch after resting, which makes it easier to work with. So we are going to cut the dough in half. Then we go ahead and divide the first half into 4 parts and divide the second half into 4 parts, which is 8 parts in total. Make the parts as equal as possible. For more accurate measurements, you might want to use a scale to weigh them all so that they are all of the same size. As for me, I'll just eyeball it and try to get them to be the same size. So we are going to take one piece and form it into a ball, just as I'm doing. If it's not well formed, you won't get the perfect shape for your wraps. So try as much as possible to get a perfect round shape. So just do it just as so. I'm rolling all of them into a ball just as so, and all together I've got 8 small balls of roughly the same size. I'm going to flour up my work surface, then take a piece of the rolled balls and roll it a bit wider, not too wide. I'm going to do that for the rest of the other balls just as so. If your dough is sticky, you can add a bit of flour. So guys, I just wanted to say please support me by subscribing to this channel. I'm going to really appreciate it. After we've rolled them all out, I'm going to divide them into 2. I'll first stack up 4 of the dough, then do the other 4. Just keep watching guys, this is the fun part for me, I can say. I'm going to get one, generously brush with oil. Guys, you need to oil this generously, otherwise your samosa wraps or sheets won't turn out good and will just stick to each other, which we don't want. So after oiling, some flour, and you need to repeat the process for the others. So some oil, then you sprinkle some flour, then you put in another. But for the last one, you don't need to oil the top. Just sprinkle some flour at the top, then you turn and sprinkle again, and then it's time to roll them all together. You're going to roll them till it gets thin. Just roll it as you see me do in this video. Then you flip over and roll. Make sure you don't forget the edges because it's very important. If the edges are too thick, your samosas won't turn out good. So roll just as so. It's time to repeat the same process for the other 4. Oiling first, then sprinkle the flour, and then you add the rolled dough. And then you oil again, you sprinkle the flour, and then you add the dough, and then you repeat. Then you roll flat and thin. Guys, you need to roll it really, you need to stack them all up so that they are all well lined, so that when you are rolling them all together, it won't be the shape will be uniform, you get me? So you roll flat and thin, don't forget the edges. So here we've got the 2 rolled sheets, and now it's time to place them in the hot pan for about 10 seconds. Then you flip again. You'll see the sheet is already separating itself. You repeat it with the other wrap. Please watch it so it doesn't get burnt. The reason why I emphasize on oiling is because if it isn't well oiled, it won't separate this easily. It's going to be sticking together, and when you are separating them, it's going to be tearing apart, and really don't want that. Look at that. There's just something about separating the sheets that gives me joy. Like, I feel so happy separating it. When you're separating it and it just comes out without tears and it just comes out perfect, I just love it. While separating, be careful not to rip them apart. Do it gently, please. Do it with love. After separating, you cover with a clean towel to prevent the sheets from getting dry, because when the sheets are dry, it will be difficult to work with, or while adding the samosa filling to the dry sheet, the sheet will be hard and crack open, and when you start to fry a crack open samosa, the whole filling will just scatter in the oil and you end up with a flopped samosa. You know you've got a perfect sheet when you squeeze and then it goes back to its original shape and form. This way you know your samosa sheets are perfect. I'm going to be trimming the edges so that I'll have the perfect sheets, and it makes it easier to work with and it will all be uniform. It's actually optional. You may decide to leave yours like that, but trimming it this way gives a neater sheet. The good thing is that this trimmed part doesn't go to waste. Don't throw it away, please. And fry it and it will serve as a snack. It's very nice. It's also so crunchy. Or after frying it, if you have a syrup, maybe sugar syrup or any type of syrup, you can drizzle the syrup on it, and guys, it is so amazing. Just try it and see. It's so good, guys. It's so good. So time to cut. I like to fold it this way before cutting so that I get it as equal as possible, just like so. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to just follow the line that's made after I folded it and just cut straight through. I'm going to do that with the half part, then cut. I'll also do that with the other half. This is the best way I know how to get equal parts from this sheet. I'm just so impressed by these sheets. Look how beautiful they look. So I'm going to put some of the sheets in a Ziploc bag and freeze. It can last months in the freezer, and when it's time to use, you just bring it out, let it thaw or let it cool down, let it get into room temperature, and then you use. Time to make the samosa fillings. In a pan, you're going to add in some oil. Go in with the beef, blended scotch bonnet pepper, onion, ginger and garlic. Then mix them all up properly, guys. Then I added seasonings, curry and salt, and mixed till well combined. I went in with chopped carrots and I stirred. After that, I added some water and covered to cook for a few minutes. Afterwards, I added some green bell pepper, I stirred, and I covered it again for the water to dry up. After it was all dried up, when the water was all dry, I turned off the heat because it's ready. Just look at how good it looks, guys. The aroma was everything. It was the whole kitchen, my whole space smelled so great at this point. I'm just going to transfer my samosa filling into a wide plate for it to cool down. Look at how nice it looks. I'm making my glue, or rather a paste, which is basically 2 tablespoons of flour and some water. I'm just going to mix this up till it's no longer lumpy. I'm going to be using this as a glue for the samosas. My samosa filling is all cool now, and it's time to add it to the sheet. So I take one sheet and I'm going to be folding from the longer side. Just watch closely, guys, you get a hang of it. I'll go ahead and add the paste in to seal it all up, just as so. Then fold it and I'm going to add the filling. Do not overfill, just put enough. If you find it hard to cover your samosas, then maybe you have just overfilled it, so you need to take out some of it. So I'll add in more paste and cover it up, just as so. Guys, look what we've got, our perfect samosa. Let's make another one. So you're going to add in the paste, fold, you're going to add in more paste, and then fold again, then put the samosa filling and add in the glue, then cover up, and that's it, guys. I had so much fun making this, so much fun. One last time, fold, then you add in the glue, then you cover to seal it up, then add in more of the glue. I don't know why I'm calling it glue, but yeah, glue, or the glue. Then add in the filling, push in, then add in the glue again, and then cover it all up. Perfect, guys, so perfect. Look at our samosas now. These samosas are so perfect. Like, I just love how perfect they look. I'm just going to put some in the Ziploc and freeze. It can last months in the freezer, in as much as there's steady electricity, and when you bring it out and fry it, it tastes just as fresh samosas. No one will be able to tell that it was frozen or that it's been frozen for a few months. No one can tell, I assure you of that. If you make it this way and you make sure there's steady electricity, you can make it in bulk and just freeze it and forget about it, and anytime you have the need for it, you bring it out and just fry immediately. So time to fry, guys. You don't want to overcrowd the pan, just put in enough, and within minutes, like maximum 5 minutes, you fried all your samosas. Guys, look how beautiful these samosas are, guys. These samosas turned out crunchy, yummy, and amazing. It didn't soak up oil at all. Look at that, guys. This is a must-try recipe that doesn't soak up oil at all. This is a must-try recipe for everyone, beginner or not. I assure you, you're going to love this. Thanks for watching. Love you all. Don't forget to subscribe.